For the past few months, we have been speculating what The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild would be like on Nintendo's next console, Switch, formerly known as the NX. But now that we have greater knowledge of the system, it's time to take a more definitive look as to what the Switch will offer inside Breath of the Wild.
This past summer, we made a video detailing the possible features of the NX version of Breath of the Wild. Of course, back then we could only base our info off of unconfirmed rumours and speculation. Some of these rumours did turn out to be correct, like the cartridges. Others, not so much. And yes, we were joking about the horseshoe, calm down. While we still don't know everything about the Switch, such as battery life, complete specs, and even if it has a touchscreen, we do know just enough to revisit the aforementioned video and give more absolutes rather than assumptions.
Unsurprisingly, the first game shown off for the Switch was Breath of the Wild. Heck, we saw the game before we even saw the console. The question on everyone's mind when it comes to the Switch version of the game is, how much better does it look? The answer is hard to say at the moment. We only got about 10 seconds of simulated footage, and all of it was from new areas previously unvisited from any E3 demo or footage of the Wii U version. The detail that popped out the most to us, however, were the deeper saturated colors. This is nothing to get too excited about, as it could be the result of edited simulated footage. Also, Nintendo Japan released more footage of Breath of the Wild before the Switch reveal trailer was posted, but it's confirmed that it came from the Wii U port. There is nothing solid that we can compare both versions to yet, but we're assuming that it will look largely the same on both platforms, but with a resolution of 1080p and a further draw distance, as touched upon in the NX video back in July. What matters most isn't necessarily how well the game looks, but how well it performs.
But it goes without saying that during my play session, I ran into some performance issues. During some intense action sequences, or even just walking in certain areas, I witnessed some terrible frame rate dips. If you don't believe me, just look up some other Breath of the Wild gameplay videos, or even the recently released ones from Japan. You'll find instances where the frame rate drops below 30. Digital Foundry even did an analysis on the E3 demo showcasing the problems. This issue could be fixed by launch day, but until then it's a problem that needs to be addressed.
The Wii U is of course an underpowered system, unable to compete with the likes of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so it is really no surprise to see a game like Breath of the Wild run into some frame rate hiccups here and there. Chances are this won't destroy the overall experience of the game, but it is nice to see these problems addressed and fixed to the best of the team's ability. But we do not expect to have this problem with the Nintendo Switch version. While we don't know the full details of the system specs, we do know that it is running a modified version of Nvidia's Tegra mobile processors solely designed for the console. This will provide console quality graphics to the tablet. Who knows though, there may be more horsepower in the docking station, meaning that playing on the go may lessen the graphical fidelity of the games, but that is a story for another video.
We don't exactly know when we'll hear what the specs of the Switch are, but we have a feeling if Bethesda is supporting it, it's gotta be pretty powerful. The vice president of Bethesda Softworks, Pete Hines, said a month back that the company would only support the Switch if it was at least as powerful as an Xbox One. And would you look at that, they're supporting the Switch. To be honest, we have a little trouble grasping the theory that the Switch could be as powerful as an Xbox One considering it's a tablet, but if it is, color us excited. Even though Skyrim itself is not a confirmed title for the system, the trailer still implies that Bethesda may plan to port the game to it. Them not saying anything about their planned games is just a common PR practice from both Nintendo and Bethesda, because if you think about it, technically none of these games are confirmed for the Switch, so stop complaining.
Going back to Breath of the Wild, if the Switch can handle Skyrim, or better yet Skyrim Special Edition, then it's more than likely it can run Zelda. Thanks to the advanced NVIDIA mobile architecture, we can expect some improved performance whether we're playing the game in our home or on the go. System specifications aren't the only thing that will play a part in Breath of the Wild's optimization. After all, sometimes big power comes in small packages.
Nintendo loves cartridges. When everyone was moving over to discs in the PlayStation and Saturn era, they said no thank you, and they stuck with cartridges on the Nintendo 64. The uninformed may think that cartridges are worse than discs, but not these days. Now you can hold so much more data on a little SD card for a lesser cost than on a Blu-ray disc, not to mention they're built tougher and made to last a long time, even more so than the NES and SNES cartridges. As a result of their solid form factor, they're also able to load faster. You know what that means? Say goodbye to long loading times and game installs. This is great because we all know what happens in an open world game like Breath of the Wild.
Not only that, but for any power the Switch is lacking, the fact that the games are running on cartridges could make up for any power that could be lost. This goes back to what we were just saying about performance. Frame rate dips will occur less frequently, and the game will run at a steady 30 FPS the whole time. We'd love to see a game run at 60, but that's probably a bit of a pipe dream at this point, no pun intended. Nintendo does love their 60 frames per second though, so who knows? But for right now, we want to know what you think. How much better will Breath of the Wild be on the Switch? Will it be pretty much the same game, or will it have vast improvements from the Wii U version? Post your answer in the comment section below.
That unfamiliar voice you've been hearing this episode is none other than our new vocal talent, Leo. Please welcome him to the team.
Thank you, Joseph. It's my pleasure to serve the Commonwealth realm. If you're looking for some luscious British voice talent, be sure to contact me for all of your needs. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to Commonwealth Realm if you want to hear more news on Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild, and more Nintendo franchises.
In the meantime, this has been the Commonwealth Realm.
And we will see you guys and gals later.